Well, this is Carolina season in a nutshell. You go on and you beat a team like the Los Angeles Rams, then go and lose to the New Orleans Saints yet again. And for some fucking reason, we don't know how to not commit penalties. Our defense doesn't know how to not hit a sliding quarterback. Our defense doesn't know how to play coverage in the pass in the secondary. I don't know what the hell I just watched. And what's bad is offensively, it wasn't a bad day for us offensively. Partially due to the fact that we didn't get that many offensive drives. New Orleans kept the ball out of our hands for a lot of this game. So I can't blame the offense that much because we scored, I think, on 3 of the 5 drives we got. We put up a sustained drive for a good amount of time. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. This is ridiculous. We lost to New Orleans twice for reasons we shouldn't have. Because overall, damn, can't even say that anymore because time of possession ended up being 31 minutes to day 28. We went 7 of 14 on 3rd down. We go 2 of 3 on 4th down. 1 of 1 in the red zone when we got to the red zone. New Orleans had 27 first downs, and a lot of those came from penalties. From crucial penalties at the wrong time. Roseboom couldn't get that fumble that Mike Jack knocked out loose. That turned into a sustained drive. To a sustained 7-8 minute drive. Where they ended up kicking a field goal. We get 1 holding penalty in the first half. That knocks off our drive. We don't get the ball back for a long ass time. Then we finally get the ball back. We kick a field goal at the end. Right before halftime. Come out. Get a dot from Bryce to Coker. Look great. All of a sudden, we really can't do anything after that. There were a couple passes here and there where I got to get on Bryce because Bryce just misled. Like the one to T-Mac towards the end of the half. You got to lead him. And our offense honestly looked like it was stagnant for a good amount of time just due to rust and things of that nature. But, you know, it wasn't a horrible day. But our defense, for some reason, not knowing how to get off the damn field is a problem. We can't keep having these inconsistencies. It was right there. It was right there for you. You're up 17-7 defense. You are up 17-7 with a 10-point lead. All you got to do is hold serve. You're up 17-10. Don't give up the big play. Stop playing. Y'all keep playing off and giving them the underneath at 8 yards. And they're getting a first down every play. Vele kept catching it at 8 yards deep. First down. Austin Jr. hadn't made a catch. That was only his 2nd catch all year. Catches it at 8, is easily getting the first down. Flipping Olave, we've held him in check. And then all of a sudden, we just continue to let him get open, JC Horn, I don't know why you took the risk. Just knock his hand loose. Just knock his hand loose. Because 1, you were already burnt playing 8 yards off in solo coverage. He was going to burn you one way or the other. He was going to get a step on you. They put everybody on the other side. That shifted the defense, opened up the entire middle. The only thing you could have done was already start shading the middle, but you didn't. You played head up. So as soon as he hit the slant or the post, depending on how you want to call that route, it was done. It was done. And you went for the pick, knowing probably the better thing should have been just hold on to him, and when he goes and catches it, swipe his arm down, try and break it up that way. Our defense failed us this game. Constantly with BS penalties and not getting off the field. They didn't even help themselves, bro. Every time it was time for the defense to get off the field, penalty. Giving up a big pass play or hitting Tyler Shuck when we don't need to be hitting him because he's sliding to the ground. Give it a big run, big pass, everything. The defense failed us here, bro. Now we have to win against Tampa Bay 2 weeks in a row. You can make the complaint that the NFL had the fixes in and is trying to make the NFC South a hyped up division race all you want. Nobody's cared about the NFC South but us in the NFC South for the last few years. So I'm not even buying that bullshit. I'm not. Yeah, the NFL is trying to get their money. Okay, we got to make the NFC South matchup mean something in week 16 and week 18. Cool. Carolina, you had an opportunity to take it out of their hands, and you fumbled, and you were inconsistent yet again. You get a big win last week to lose to a team you have no business losing to this week. I knew New Orleans was going to come out fighting, but I figured Carolina was going to be like, nah, we on our get back. We not playing with this no more. The only thing you can get on Bryce about is taking that sack and a few passes that were behind receivers. It ain't on Bryce. Rico had 16 carries. And how many did, let's see. Rico had 16, Chuba had 8. So you want to blame Canales for not running the ball enough and going for 30 plus? Okay, but even the run game wasn't getting going. T-Mac, 4 targets, 2 catches. Leggett, 3 targets, 2 catches. Coker, 4 targets, 4 catches. Like, bro, we just gave up everything in the pass at the end. We held these fools in check for a good amount of the game. And we allowed 10 points in the final 4th quarter. This is what it means to be a Carolina fan, because now next week we're going to go out here and we're going to ball out against Tampa. We're going to do our thing against Tampa because that's what we do. Ebb and flow every fucking week. And I've been saying it for the longest time. If we could just be consistent. Just consistent. I could have taken consistency for 2 weeks right now. New Orleans, Tampa. That's it. That's all I wanted. And it's right there. And I know I sound like a lot of other fans right now because I see the potential, and it's just, bro, the consistency is right there. And it's always something. It's either the offense ain't consistent or the defense ain't consistent. This is what I mean. This is the same defense that could get Matthew Stafford off the field, get picks off Matthew Stafford time after time after time after time. And yet, when it came to Tyler Shutt and the New Orleans Saints, we couldn't stop a damn thing. Why? Inconsistency, bro. That's the name of the game when it comes to this team this year. If we were consistent, oh my God. I still have faith in my boys, but damn, I'm mad about losing this game. I am mad about this because it shouldn't make no sense. We got the gift we wanted, had to go handle business, and our defense didn't handle business. Our defense didn't. Like, multiple times, y'all could have got off the field your damn self, got yourself off the field, given our offense more time, and you just couldn't. This is dumb. This is dumb and this is frustrating. When Nick Scott is our leading tackler, we have a fucking problem. When Nick Scott is our leading tackler, we have a problem. Derek Brown, that penalty was stupid on Shutt. Very stupid. Ransom, That penalty was stupid, but I'm even going to call on Aviro for that because I don't know what defense he called to where there was nobody in the middle of the damn field for that to even happen. Literally at the setup, I said, why? What are we in to where there was not a single linebacker, lineman, nobody was in the middle of the field that gave that easy run. Nobody. Now we're in a must-win situation 2 out of the next 3 weeks to make the playoffs. We have to win. We can't afford to have a tiebreaker with Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay gets the tiebreaker. I was hoping we could wrap this up by next week. I wanted us to wrap this up by next week because I didn't want to have to worry about week 17 and week 18, especially because week 18 is in Tampa. We don't get home field for that game. We don't get to play on our field. We play on that crappy ass field that's been rained on and just looking horrible the last few weeks. I'm pissed. I'm mad. I'm angry because the opportunity was right there and they could have seized it. Opportunity was right there and we give it away by doing stupid penalties and not getting off the field and getting 3 and outs. I don't know who Tyler Shuck is when it comes to us. Tyler Shuck sees us the way Bryce Young sees the Falcons. And again, I'm not going to harp on Bryce or the offense too much today because they did it with the few possessions they got. Honestly speaking, if I go drive by drive, Carolina got 1 drive in the first quarter, touchdown. We got 2 drives in the second quarter, a punt and a field goal. 3, again, that is 3 drives in the first half. That was all we got. So before you come for the offense, think about that. 3 drives in the first half. Third quarter, 1 drive. We had 1 drive in the third quarter, the entire third quarter. So that means we have had 4 offensive drives in 3 quarters. Final quarter, I don't even count that last 2 second whatever. 1, 2, 3. Turnover on downs, punt, and a punt. And the turnover on down, honestly, I'm going to call play calling on that because you could have just done a QB sneak. You could have just done a QB sneak, bro. I know y'all make a big issue about Bryce's height all the time. QB sneak, have Chuba and Rico push Bryce from behind, we get the first down. Not even that big of a deal. Y'all went with that same fake the Chuba handoff from the fullback position. New Orleans wasn't going to fall for that twice. We had 4 drives in 3 quarters. So you tell me, we had 4 drives, 3 quarters, and scored on 3 of the 4. So before y'all sit there and try to get on the offense about this, just think about that. 4 drives in 3 quarters, and we scored 17 points out of them. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown. Only one was a punt. 4 drives in 3 quarters. Because guess what? New Orleans was playing keep away. Keep our offense off the field. Then turnover on down, punt. And even at that point, the defense got to hold water. Got to hold serve. Because we're up 17-10. We're up 17-7 at that point. Carolina, get your shit together. And please, for the love of all that is good and holy on this side of the Mississippi, play consistent football for the next 3 weeks so we could go to the playoffs. Damn. I'm out of here, man. Y'all take it easy later days, and as always, keep pounding. I'll see y'all next time.